Hi guys, so welcome to video number 2 of my Fat Loss Forever free mini course series. In this video number 2, we will speak about the actual calorie deficit phase. What we'll cover in this video is I'll show you how to transition from the maintenance phase to the calorie deficit phase, how to adjust your macros for fat loss, and what to do when weight loss stalls, and obviously touch on hydration and performance as well. So as I said in a previous video, the whole point in starting with a prep phase is to prep your mind and your metabolism for moving into a calorie deficit phase. So you've already got your maintenance calories established. So all you're doing to transition into the calorie deficit phase is remove about 10 to 20% calories. I would say you're best starting with 10. Remove 10% calories. So if you're a female, for example, and you're on 1500 calories, you simply remove 150 calories, which would be 1350 calories, and that would be the start of your calorie deficit. Again, these numbers will change based on your starting points and your maintenance, but I'm just using that as an example. The other way you could do it is take your height in centimetres and you multiplied it by 14 to get your maintenance. You could start by multiplying it by 13. And then when you hit a sticking point, you just reduce it to 12, 11, and so on. Or if you hit a sticking point from using the percentage approach, just simply remove another 10% when you hit a sticking point. So macronutrients, what I would do is I would just keep them for the first reduction in calories. I would just keep them exactly the same as your maintenance phase. Just reduce everything. Just reduce the 150 calories, and that will in turn reduce all three macronutrients. As you get further into it, you would have to then think about keeping your protein higher. Try not to let your protein dip below 2.2 kilos. That's meant to say 2.2 gram per kilogram of body weight, whichever that works out at. That is more important when your calories start to drop lower and lower. But in the initial phase, you could probably just drop your calories and you'll be fine. I will post downloads underneath this so you could sit and work things out as well. Now, what style of eating would I sort of promote? Well, two of the healthiest diets known in the world, two of the known healthiest diets in the world are the Mediterranean diet and the Japanese diet. So when I'm in a fat loss phase, I kind of like to I do go between sort of these two style of diet, incorporating sort of meals from each of these style of diets. I sort of live on a lot of stir fries, sort of for lunch and evening meal, and I'll maybe have eggs and avocado on bread in the morning, and sort of Greek yogurt and that throughout the day as well, berries, nuts, seeds. So it's kind of a crossover between an Asian style diet and the Mediterranean diet. I do like no carb and keto diets as well, but I'll not really touch on that in this video series anyway. That for me is when I'm going a bit more extreme, and as I said in a previous video, I do kind of have to be on low carbs, for to lose weight. So how do you adjust over time? Now, every sort of, I wouldn't say as little as 2 to 3 weeks, but every sort of 3 to 5 weeks, you'll maybe feel like you're hitting a sticking point. Now, you've got a couple of choices there. You could either reduce your calories further by another 10 to 20%, well, another 10% anyway. If you keep chopping 20% off at a time, you'll end up with no calories to play with. So I would say adjust in 10% increments. So, but then you have to take into consideration how hungry you've been, your mood, because you don't want to drop to low calories too fast. If you are trying to get really low in body fat, or if you're just naturally short or smaller, you will need your calories to go really low at some point, but you don't want to get there too soon. So that is where you kind of need to assess. 3 to 5 weeks in, I've kind of hit a sticking point with my weight. What do you do? Now, the choice is yours. You could either drop the calories further, or you could go into phase number 3, which is the diet break, which I'll cover in the next video. But as I say, that choice is yours. Obviously, if I was coaching you, then I would be able to plan that for you. But if you're going through this yourself, just say, like, how am I feeling? Am I hungry? Am I too hungry? Is my energy levels too low? If the answer is yes, then have a diet break. If it's no, then you could drop your calories further and continue for another few weeks. Hydration, I would aim for 3 to 5 litre of water a day. 5 litres a lot, but 3 anyway. Performance supplements, you've got your whey protein or a good protein powder anyway, whether it be whey protein. A lot of people struggle with dairy, struggle with whey protein digesting it, so a plant-based protein would work there in that scenario. And creatine monohydrate there's more and more studies coming out now to show that it's extremely beneficial for your brain as well as your muscles, so creatine's always a good one, 5 to 10 gram a day. And to keep on top, if you're a person that gets sort of naturally stressed and things as well, to keep on top of cortisol, I would say use ashwagandha or Redelia. These are known as adaptogenic herbs and are really good for anxiety, sleep, stress, that type of thing, reducing cortisol in your body and just generally making you feel better. So a standard day would maybe look something like Greek yogurt, berries, flax seeds, and maybe green tea in the morning. Then a lunch could look like grilled fish, spinach, brown rice, olive oil, that type of thing. Obviously seasonings, paprika and stuff. Or you could have your stir fry at lunch there. That's normally what I would opt for. Fruit and nuts as a snack, healthy snack in the afternoon. Then again, your chicken breast with zucchini or quinoa, or again the Asian style sort of stir fry there at your evening meal. And before bed, you could have chamomile tea, magnesium, that type of thing to wind down, as I said in the first video. And you could have your protein powder, whether that be whey or plant-based protein. Another good thing to have at bedtime as well that I like is Greek yogurt, honey and peanut butter, because it's when you mix it all together, it's like a wee sweet snack before bed, and it's got your slow digesting protein in that for overnight as well. So that's how I approach the deficit phase. I will leave some downloads underneath so you could work things out, and any questions, just fire me a message. I will be on video number 3 next, which is the diet break phase. And you just would cycle through the 2 phases. Once you're into your calorie deficit, once you hit a brick wall and you're feeling really fatigued in that, then the diet break allows you to wash off some of the fatigue and prep your mind and get used to maintaining your new low weight. Prep your mind for the next diet phase, and you keep rotating between the 2, which prevents you from hitting a sticking point on a diet, thinking it's not working anymore, and then going back to old habits, binging on food, and then regaining all the weight and more, and then just ending up in that constant loop of yo-yo dieting. I've always said as well that people don't have a weight loss issue. Everybody watching this has probably lost weight successfully at one time or another. People have a weight maintenance issue. Nobody's ever taught you how to maintain that lower weight, which does need higher calories. It's kind of counterintuitive. It does need higher calories to maintain that new lower weight. But what people think is they need to keep going lower and lower and lower, and then they get to the point where they're too fatigued, too tired, too hungry, that they just go, fuck this isn't working, and then they go back to old habits. So thank you for watching video number 2. Video number 3, you can move on to that now, and I will keep the downloads and things underneath this, guys. Any questions, just reach out to me and drop me a DM. Thank you very much, guys. Cheers. Bye-bye.